Welcome to Accuracy Athletics, where we are doing a new pentathlon combining the sports of golf, bowling, darts, cornhole, and
pool.
So I hope you'll join me in this adventure, and today I'm going to be talking about the various different scoring systems that are out there. There's lots of athlons sports. The first one, of course, is the biathlon, which is basically skiing and shooting. And, they incur a penalty based on time penalty for each shot they miss, and it's the time that you actually win. Then you have triathlon, and the athlete score based again on the time per event. Now, in our sports, there really isn't a time in the event. It's mainly score, as in golf and bowling. How many points you score, how many strokes you take, or in the reference of darts, pool, and cornhole, it's a question of your win-loss record and trying to do things, I think, in a round-robin format. And I'll talk in another video of what I'm discovering as far as the round-robin formats go, as how many people can be in an event, and go from there. Now, I want to create a site similar to this one here, as far as combined event scoring, where you just put in what the person's mark is and it comes up with the score. There's men's decathlon, women's heptathlon. They have an outdoor pentathlon, which is different than the typical pentathlon. Indoor, outdoor. So I'd like to have a scoring system where you put in your score and put that in there. But there are a lot of different athlon sports. Duathlon basically is biking and running. Aquathlon is we talked about biathlon, skiing and shooting, triathlon, biking, skiing, or biking, running, and swimming. Here the winter triathlon. There's a run, mountain bike, and cross-country skiing. Quadrathon is swimming, kayaking, cycling, and running. The pentathlon, which is kind of where we're trying to base things off of, is fencing, freestyle swimming, show jumping, pistol shooting, and cross-country running. Started for trying to find out the ideal soldier. And then the tetrathlon is a pentathlon without fencing. So swimming, horse riding, pistol shooting, and cross-country running. I showed a little bit of the heptathlon, which is 7 events over 2 days. Decathalon, this is 10 events over 2 days, mostly all field and track events. And they have the Decathalon, which is a double heptathlon, 14 events, or iso Pentathlon, I don't know how you pronounce that, which is a 20 event. The modern pentathlon scoring is probably similar to what it is. So, you shooting and fencing. Shooting, you get a target score is equal to 1,000 points, and I think 1,000 points is probably a good starting point. So you have 1,000 points is the maximum, and you go from there. Fencing, it depends on what your win-loss record is, and I think the round-robin format can kind of do that. Another part of that is, or I've seen them take the mean. So you take everyone's scores and then divide to find out what the average is, and then you score points whether you're above or below that average. My thoughts are, in regards to bowling, that you get a point for every pin you knock down, and then depending upon where you rank 1 through 40 or 1 through 80, you get an additional point after that to a maximum of 1,000. So if there's 120 people playing, the first place gets 100, second place gets 99, etc., so forth. Maybe there's some differences between first and second. You get more for first than you do second, and we'll just see. As I say, I'm trying to figure out the whole scoring system as we go forward here. That's an interesting thought. In bowling is you take points away for every gutter ball they throw, but that's a different matter. Another thought that I was thinking about was in reference to, I say, if we're doing a par 3 course, whether you take in the slope rating of that course, but not all par 3 courses have slope ratings. And so you have to figure out, okay, it's easier, I think, to do off the mean and go plus minus from there. So, anyhow, that's kind of my thoughts in regard to scoring currently. As I say, golf and bowling definitely will be based upon the score you shoot, and then the other 3 events will be based upon how you rank in a kind of a round robin type format. So anyhow, that's kind of my thoughts at the moment in reference to scoring, and I'd love to get some input back from people. Please like and subscribe. As I say, I'm trying to get to 50 subscribers at the moment so that I can start doing live streaming of my practice sessions on these sports, and hope you will join me in getting started on the accuracy pentathlon. So, thank you very much.